Hey y'all, what is up? And we're back again this week. 3 episodes in 1 week. That is phenomenal.
It's crazy too, because I'm not used to 3 days a week anymore. So I was like, oh, okay, crap, let's go.
We're here. And before our guest joins in, we are just going to say make sure you're coming out tomorrow to AXW. Me and Sabrina will have a table there. And we got stickers, we got business cards, we got a whole banner, I guess you could call it.
We have 2 banners, technically. We have 2 banners.
I guess you guys are going to have to come and see. And the tickets are only $5.
And what time does it start again?
6 p.m.
Okay.
Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7, I'm pretty sure.
And there's still tickets available, obviously. So, come on down, check it out.
Exactly.
There's a lot of good talent coming out. I was looking at the Instagram today.
we've
had Laszlo on here. We've had
Izzy McCoy. We had
Izzy McCoy, Mr. Wonder Boy.
We also got some big names like Notorious Mimi. Sabrina, do you want to?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I didn't see that he was here. Today's guest is all the way from the jungle. We've got Tarzan.
What is up? How are you?
I'm not in the jungle right now. I'm in a house, but it's all good,
So you don't
like a jungle house. There's so many animals in here.
I mean, you could have just said you were in a cottage in the middle of the jungle. You know what I mean? It's all good though.
Could work too.
So how are you today? You doing good?
I'm doing awesome. Had a good day. Had a good week, and I've just been prepping for my match this weekend. So I'm going to 3 Legacy Wrestling in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where I'm going to be facing Montequilla. And he's like a lucha guy, so we're going to tear it up.
That's how you say his name.
Yeah, Montequilla. Yeah, I know.
We were always saying tequila.
You know what I mean? Yes. But
okay. Yeah. So we're gonna start off with, how did you get into wrestling? Who got you into wrestling, or what?
So I think it might have been my grandfather. I know he used to play WCW stuff with Goldberg and whatnot. But then I know also as a kid I would flip through the channels and I'd find things. So I got into it really young, and I basically just started doing it on my own with my friends at 13. And then as soon as I turned 16, my grandma sent me away to Maryland to a wrestling school. And it was cool. I would get to sleep in the ring, and yeah, it was pretty badass. I had a good time. And so that's basically how I got my start. And that was in 2006. That was a long time ago.
Wow. So you're an old man. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I don't know. Well, I'm 32, so it's I'm not even a vet yet, because I'm not old enough to be a vet. I don't have no gray hairs, so it's once I get gray hairs, I don't know, probably 40, I'll be a veteran of professional wrestling. But until then, I'm just killing it.
So with that being said, who trained you?
So originally I was trained by John Rambo at the House of Pain. And then I always just went around and trained at different places. I got to train with a lot of different people. When I lived in New York, I used to train with the Maximos a lot. And then a lot of guys that are even on TV right now, like Mark Quinn and Sonny Kiss, Shane Strickland, out in Richmond, Virginia, at GXW before he went to CZW. Yeah, I don't know. I just go I try to just go all over the place to really train. But I trained a couple cool people.
Yes. Did you see a difference in their training styles?
Yeah, that's why I'd always go to different schools, is just to try to learn everything. There's so many different aspects of professional wrestling. You got you're more technical wrestling, the more old school, and then everybody has their different styles and teaches in their own way. Basically, what a lot of people do is they teach in the ways of what works best for them. And so usually how everybody teaches, it's always like opinionated and things. You know what I mean? So it's like as you go to like different schools, you can see things like completely opposite from like how you were taught or how one place teaches things. And so it's pretty interesting and it's cool to like get everything down because then, you know, once you learn everything, then you can have fun with it and do different things with it. You know what I mean? And I'm always like innovative. So like, you know, once I learn one move, I'm like the next thing I do is like change it and like make some type of reversal or some new move out of it. You know?
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've seen you also in person, but I've also seen you on GTS. Like, how different is in person with the fans around the ring compared to GTS, where it's just the wrestlers in the ring?
Uh, I mean, I don't know. I've been doing this for like a long time. So like I'm used to doing some shows where there's like, or you know, especially like when I first started, like with my friends, there'd be like people watching, but not a lot, you know. And GTS, I mean, GTS is cool. Like a lot of the wrestlers just watch and people get really into it. So it's kind of like almost, I don't know, it's almost like the same like adrenaline as you know working in front of a crowd. I mean, basically, you know, like I'm working them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I always try to like show off for like the wrestlers as well, just so they're like, oh shit, yeah, I want to definitely work with him or whatever, or you know what I mean. A
Yeah.
lot of people like watch my stuff and think that I'm like really stiff and like all these different things because of how I make things look, but that's like you know that's like the skill, you know.
No, yeah,
For
definitely.
sure.
So is
Yeah.
there like a backstory to Tarzan, or is it just something that came and you're like, that's who I'm going to be?
Oh man, yeah, I had like an idea that I wanted to make like a comic book out of, but I can't fully remember. Let me think. All right, hold up. Let me turn this. Oh, sweet. Hold up. Here we go. Oh, dude, this works. All right, yeah. So, what was the question? Now I'm more comfortable.
Is there like a backstory to Tarzan, or is it something that just came?
Yeah, there's kind of a backstory. So, like, my dad always told me that his like original name was Tarzan, and then his mom changed it. And so for a while, I was thinking about going as like the son of Tarzan. You know, maybe like we just think like son of Tarzan. And then I was like, well, you know what? Fuck that. Excuse my mouth. Um,
You're good.
but yeah, so I was like, no to that. I'm like, what if I just do Tarzan? And then I'm like, well, everybody's got like a last name to it. And well, like, not only that, but you know, I'd be at the lake a lot, especially during COVID. I would be like around like this lake, beautiful lake, and I'd just be like out there like barefoot and just like running around without a shirt on, making fires and just you know just swinging off the stuff. And so people would just like be like, "Hey, what's up, Tarzan?" Or like, and it would just be like random. So I'm like, "Yeah," I'm like, "Yeah," and then I started doing the Tarzan, you know, more and more, and just I don't know, it just like totally fit. I mean, I'm like very connected to like nature and like the wildlife aspect of things or whatever. So
No, I mean, I see it because I remember when you debuted, I was like, this guy looks familiar. And meanwhile, like, I've never seen you anywhere. I've never seen you wrestle. I was like, I think I seen this man in a movie. My parents were like, he kind of looks like Tarzan. I was like, no, you're lying. And then they pulled up a picture. And I was like, yep, that's him. And I was like, yeah, you're a famous movie star when I first met you. I'm like, no, he's just a wrestler.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
pretty cool.
I mean, I've only seen you at PPW in person, but like if you had to like come up with like a dream match at a dream place, like who would your opponent be and where would the place be?
Like a dream match, like a make believe match that can never happen. Or
It
like
could
one
happen, could not happen. It's up to you. That's all you,
well it
buddy.
depends like I mean like time things. Like you know, it could be like somebody in their prime.
Yeah. It could
Could
be
be
I mean
someone in their prime, could be someone who's
dead.
not living anymore and you would love to have a match against them, you know what I mean? Like anything.
feel like I would love to have like a match in from like a 2000 yeah, maybe like a 2001 Eddie Guerrero or like Rob Van Dam or Chris Jericho. You know what I mean? Like them kind of like hot in their prime. You know, that's the type of match I don't care where, just somewhere big. That'd be cool.
So
But
I think I've only seen you as a face, but do you prefer to be a baby face or a heel?
so right now, I've been liking being like a bad guy more and just like hurting people and whatnot. And yeah, so it's been like pretty cool. All right, so I got kind of like the Tarzan Duran name, which I'm thinking about using more as like a face, and then it's like a split personality to the Tarzanian Devil as like a heel. Once snap into the Tarzanian Devil, and then do some like crazy devilish shit. And then also like I like using the Tarzanian Devil name for when I do XPW and like POR and do like crazy death matches and whatnot.
Oh, okay. Like, I mean, that's why your name on here is, the Tarzanian Devil and then Tarzan Duran. You have it both, so that's great. I can't even say the first word at this point. Like my voice is just not happening. But like so, I mean, I can tell you, I haven't seen a lot. I don't remember a lot of your matches, like who you went against. I remember you coming out because like you're like just all over in the ring, constant like pounding and doing your little Tarzan chest thing. But is there a match at PPW that it really stands out to you because you left there going, this was a good match tonight?
Yeah, but trying to think back to the matches. There was one where I got like a concussion in it. Trying to remember, and like because I got a concussion in the match, I like can't even remember who was injured at the moment. But anyway, every now and then I'll pull out a little move where I pick somebody up in like a crossbody thing or like kind of like a body slam. Yeah, go up on the top or go up on like the second rope and do a backflip. And there's a dude that's behind me, and he was supposed to like kind of like put his hands like behind me like this, kind of like push me over, and he wrapped his arms around my waist instead. So then when he went, he like went back and didn't release till like there. So I had like the part where I was supposed to like flip and like rotate. He basically sent me in a fucking nosedive with the guy kind of going ahead. So I like felt it. So I'm like, oh shit. So I just kind of like turned or I did like something. I did like something in the air like last second. And like I still kind of like laying on my head, but I didn't like break my neck or nothing. So I was like happy about that. And then like the next like few days, I was like tired as fuck and kind of like sleeping it off. So I'm like, yeah, definitely had a concussion there. But
Yeah.
So
other than that, it was like a good match. Whoever was in it.
how many injuries have you had? This is just intriguing to me.
Um, I don't feel like many, but
No.
well, all right. So like for POR for like their last show, all right, yeah, like so like the last show of the season, it was in October. I think it was Carnival of Access or Carnival of Excess or whatever. Oh yeah, they had like Matt Justice on it, Neil Diamond Cutter, a bunch of like hardcore guys, like deathmatch guys. And I went up against this one dude, and I ended up going through like a untampered piece of glass, and that kind of like cut my back up really bad. So like right now, I'm waiting for these scars to go down so I get like a nice back tattoo. But right now, I gotta wait like a year or so just because it's there's so much stuff right now. But I mean, that wasn't bad. It was just like some cuts. Oh my god, that had like a little piece of glass in my arm too. I thought it was like skin that was just like ripped. So I'm just like, okay, maybe it's just some ripped skin. And then like I don't know, like 10 minutes later, I'm all like wipe myself off with water, pouring water on me. And I look down and I see like a little like reflecting like a shiny something like shiny like in there, like, oh no, there's definitely glass. So I'm like trying to look in there, and then that whole piece that was like hanging that I thought was skin was the glass, and I pulled it out, it was like a nice fucking chunk. Like, god damn it. Got a little small scar from that. But I don't know. I mean, I'm
That just
getting
shows you're
older.
a badass.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm getting older. I'm like 32, so why not get a couple scars now? You know what I mean? I mean, I always done like crazy, like hardcore shit every now and then. So, I lost my front tooth in like a ladders match, maybe about 10 years ago or 9 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Well, this dude held up a ladder, and I dove through the rope for a suicide dive. And he was supposed to hold up the ladder. I was going to like eat the ladder and land on my feet, but he threw up the ladder and ran out from underneath it. And so I just see a ladder come in my face, and I try to like grab like the edge of the ladder, and I go to grab it, it just goes right under my thumbs. And it's waxing right in the mouth, and I land on top of the ladder, on top of the fucking tile ground. And oh man, good. My tooth
Oh
fucking came
boy.
right out. Oh yeah, that's fucked.
My dad's in the chat. He goes and says that you're a savage and that Tarzan is rocking like an old man, lol, but a beast though.
Yeah, I'm rocking like an old man. Oh, that's cool.
In your old
Huh?
little rocking man chair.
Yeah, it's badass. Oh, this is not even my chair. I'm not in my house, but it's a cool place.
He's in some random house.
That's what I was about to say.
And
Yeah,
Just a
like
random house. This one looks nice. Let's go here.
like
yeah,
Goldilocks and the Three Bears. She sits on their chairs. She eats their food. There you go.
basically. I'm always on the road, man. You know, I'm always moving. It's a
I
wild
feel
life.
that. I feel
100%.
that. Now, do you have like, it's because we're talking about your injuries and stuff like that, but like when you're coming out to the ring, like do you have a ritual that you do before you come out, like push-ups, anything like that you do right before you're about to come out?
Yeah, I usually take some goat blood, and I kind of like make like a little circle on the ground, and like you know, usually like outside the venue. I'm just kidding. No, but
I was gonna say, I'm a little concerned.
no, no. Honestly, like I try to like all right. So once I get my adrenaline rush and I get really caught up in everything, and the person I'm working with wants to work and can like handle some stuff, then I'll fucking like, or I'll start to like really like go in, and I tend to get like just like really fast. Just my brain is on like full, you know, like super high mode or whatever, and you know
Yeah.
I talk really fast. I'm calling and doing all this different stuff, and so like usually, you know, there's like a lot of people in the locker room, so I usually always have to like step outside and kind of just like breathe and yeah, yeah, basically. So yeah, I do like so my deep inhale breaths with like certain wrestlers, and usually like in a circle like that '70s show, and and that usually helps calm me down, and like then I could like I like slow down my mind a little bit, and I could like really sit there and think and kind of like download everything in my head, and yeah, that's like usually kind of like my ritual, I guess.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So
And
like
it's I
still
always say like gratitude before I go out and whatnot.
exactly. You have to make sure you're ready mentally and physically to kick some ass in that ring.
Exactly. Exactly. You gotta be, you know, I always like hit my face up and like push, you know, like get my face like ready to get hit because you know sometimes you do get kicked in the face and punched in the face like pretty dang hard. So
Oh yeah, definitely. So like still on the topic of like injuries, do you think that's going to be the cause of you retiring at some point, or is it going to be like you're just done, like you hit that age and you're like I don't want to do this no more?
um, I don't know. I mean, I think I could do this for like a pretty long time. I mean, I've worked with like pinched nerves before and done like 15-minute matches where like I don't really bump and you know just work and like yeah. So like I can work around a lot of different things. 'Cause, I mean I've been doing this for like about like 17 years now I guess. So I can do like a lot of different stuff. So I could probably do this for like a really long time. I don't really plan on stopping anytime soon. And maybe like the older I get, maybe like the more like crazy deathmatch stuff I'll end up doing too. Just for the heck of it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. My dad goes and says in the chat, he goes and says, why not try out for NXT? You can already take the hits and you know how to wrestle. Why not try NXT or AEW and soon team up with Jungle Boy?
Huh.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta like email WWE and fill out all this information and whatnot. Same with AEW. I don't know. I mean, I kind of just been busy doing certain things. I mean, I hit up AEW once, but I never really done like any WWE tryouts or anything like that. But I mean, I feel like right now I'm like probably like in like my prime of whatever. I mean, I've been like really killing it lately. Uh, I mean, like yeah, I go out there and I execute, which is crazy because it's like I can't tell you like really like how yesterday went, and I might like forget like certain like stupid stuff throughout the day, but it's like we go on the match, and I can go out there and have like a 20-minute banger with all these crazy ass things and just not skip a beat, and you know what I mean. So it's just like I don't know. Oh, it's cool. It's like I get like on like another level.
No, yeah, definitely. So, like, with saying that, do you prefer to just stick to the indie shows, or do you want to be on like AEW or WWE at some point?
At some point,
So, if
yeah.
you got, yeah, so if you got a call from AEW and WWE, which one would you take?
Probably AEW first, so like do like some crazy stuff, and then WWE later. Kind of like chill and just do my thing.
No, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's crazy how like Harley and I say this all the time. Like we love the indie shows. We also love AEW, but there's something special about the indie shows because like we get to meet you guys like one on one where it's like WWE shows we don't get to meet, John Cena in the concourse area just chilling it out. So like if someone came up to you and was like, Tarzan, I look up to you. What's some good advice you can give me about getting into this industry?
Mm, get trained by somebody with like certain pull in places like WWE and whatnot, and yeah, get trained by like a good name,
100%.
and yeah, and then just expect the pain to like come with things. Like,
Yeah, get injured. You only live once. Bust your
yeah,
head open.
yeah.
Put some glass in your arm. It's fine.
Well, no. Besides that, just like every like, all right. So say you take a back bump, just falling on the ground, which just happens a lot with power bombs and even hurricanranas that a lot of people screw up and end up basically power bombing people on their heads and then flipping for a hurricanrana. They like instead of basing for them and letting them go, they fucking slam them. And like so like every time you get like slammed on your head or like take a back bump where your head hits is basically like a car accident where you're getting like smacked from behind. So it's like you get like a whiplash, which is probably like a slight concussion or you know what I mean? So it's like it's not good stuff. And like and those things like always happen. There's always like certain bumps, like you're always gonna end up like hitting your head in a match, like every now and then, at least. You know what I mean? So just like doing this wrestling, it's a big toll on your body,
No, yeah.
and yeah, you gotta be like willing to take that toll, and can't be afraid to say no to like certain things. I mean, yeah. I mean, I killed myself when I was like younger, just doing crazy stuff, yeah, just going in.
I mean, if you can't expect the bumps and the scrapes and this and that, then obviously this industry is not for you.
Yeah, and then like the deathmatch stuff. I mean, that stuff's pretty simple. I mean, you get like some like scars and like cuts, but as long as you're doing it right, you don't injure, like break any bones. And same to professional wrestling, and you're always going to get hit in the head hard every now and then, or like bumps and bruises. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely tough business. And like some people are really like, they work like really light and like try to take care of you. Other people really lay stuff in, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. Not just like yeah, just like working with like Paul London last month, man, when he gave me his like double stomp. I'm like bent over. He gives me that double stomp, I'm like, oh shoot. Like, oh, there goes my wind. You know what I mean? Like some people really lay in, and then other people will take care of you out. So you gotta be
Yeah,
prepared for everything.
definitely.
That's for
So, do
sure.
you prefer like the more extreme matches, or do you just like the regular one-on-one, or like is there a certain match that you prefer?
I guess one on one, because that's where I like really gotta like think and I gotta like be on my game. Anything else like tag matches in 4 ways it's a lot easier. It's really just like a lot of it's relying on other people to like make sure everybody's got like their spots down and everybody like knows what they're doing. So I rather I like single matches. I like working as a heel because I feel like I could. It's a lot easier for me to like control the crowd
Yeah.
and get the reactions that I want and when I want them.
So you said like you prefer to be one on one. So like you could you ever see yourself in a tag team with someone, or like is it like nah, that's not even something you want to think about?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, eventually, but like not now. I mean, I don't know. Like right now, I want to have just some like crazy single matches and do some like crazy stuff. Like right now I'm looking for matches where I can work with people that can really work and like go to distance. Like Montequilla, we're going to go to distance tomorrow at Three Legacy Wrestling. We're going to tear it up. We actually used to train together at times at BWF in the Bronx, where I trained with like the Lucha guys, and he'd be down there. A lot of guys would be down there. So yeah, it should be really good. We're going to do a lot of lucha stuff, a lot of crazy stuff. It's going to be really nice.
Yeah,
Really
no,
looking forward to it.
definitely. I think that's gonna be a good show too. I mean, if we didn't have a show tomorrow, we probably would have ended up going to that one, but we
Yeah,
got offered to have our own table there, so we were like, we're gonna take up this one, and we got lots of other times to take up all these other ones. But
yeah, that's cool. You gotta do your thing.
yeah, exactly.
Well, I know one thing that like for the one tomorrow is the guy who used to be Fandango on WWE how many years ago is going to be there. I'm like, one day I'll meet that man. But like I mean, I'm sure meeting these people is like it's crazy to me. It would be crazy to me, but like to you guys used to watch them on TV. So like, do you ever get starstruck if you see these people, or are you just like, no, they're just regular people?
So like when I started in wrestling, it was like you never like mark out to people, and people are just people. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I'm like grateful like got to like hang out with people like certain wrestlers. Whatnot. Like Fandango got me on a show in Jersey like last year, so that was like really cool of him. Yeah, same. Oh man, I'm still like bad with names at times. But I don't know, like guys like Chavo Guerrero was like really cool. I was able to just like sit down, like talking on bullshit. Like Raven was really cool. Um, like at times I'll get like wrestlers rides and whatnot, and just like vibe. Yeah, I think I like freaked out Sabu with like talking about like tarot card readings and stuff, and like, but I don't know, he's like superstitious. Um, yeah, I don't know, you were pretty cool. You just gotta treat them like people, and because they are people, and they're just like my colleagues. Like I get to like work with like certain people out certain places, and so yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like lately, I've been going to Major League Wrestling and like working like under a mask or like whatever. I guess certain people just like saw me on like the Reels TV or whatever for Major League Wrestling, where Alex Kane was cutting a promo and he had like a Philly cheesesteak. And then I talked some shit to him out in the crowd. He like came up and like smacked me with the cheesecake. And then like Yeah, that was pretty cool. Then people were like, "Yo, it's a cheesecake." I'm like, "It's good, it's good." And people were like, "Yeah." Then he fucking hit me again. It was cool.
Oh man.
So,
Yes.
usually
So
wrestling is awesome.
no, yeah, definitely. Because like for you guys, it's like, oh, it's just they're to you guys, they're just another person, and you're going in the ring with them. As for like me and Sabrina, we have fan mode and we have work mode. Now that we are partnered with UCW, now we get like both inside. Like sometimes I'll be like, come on, I miss being a fan. Like, oh my god, like gagaing over them. But then there's times you have to like actually focus and be like, this is real. They're just a person that a little bit more famous than you, but gotta keep it professional.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Uh, yeah, people are cool. It's got a vibe. I vibe with like certain people pretty well, and it's pretty awesome. Like Jacob Fatu's been getting me over in California, and I even got to eliminate him in a battle royal the other night, like last week, and out in Cali. So that's pretty cool. So
Wow.
I showed him a little bit of what I can do, and I'm looking forward to working with him pretty soon. So we'll see how that happens, or where exactly that's going to happen. So it's in the making. It's in the workings right now. So it should be pretty awesome. I'm
Now,
just right. What?
is is there a specific like title that you would love to hold? Like whether it's a heavyweight championship, the TV title for PPW, any title. Is there a specific title that you're like, I'm gonna go after that and I'm gonna get it?
So, well, I mean, right now, like, I have one title that's really awesome, which is a GTS Hardcore title.
I saw that one,
That's
yes.
like, yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I snapped the dude's neck, and luckily he still had a pulse, so I was able to pin him. Because the other time, there's this wrestler there named Hop, and I snapped his neck, and there wasn't a pulse. And so I was like, Ref, let me just like turn him over and pin him, and then we could like deal with this after. He's like, no, dude, I gotta disqualify you. He's not breathing. I'm like, all right, hold on. Well, I was like, here, fine. Like, I'll bring him back then. He's like, what do you mean you'll bring him back? So like, I grabbed my stick that I usually like whack people in the nuts with, and I did like a rock a shot like around his body, and then I basically did like a golf swing right through his nuts, and I brought him back to life. And then the referee's like, "Oh no, now you hit him in the nuts. I gotta disqualify you because you used a weapon. This is a rules match." And it was just a real crazy time. But yeah. No, it's funny because I was talking with Raven the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, I thought of that move before, where you take someone's neck and just snap it, but I never used it." I'm like, "Yeah, man. I've been like, I'll use it on like certain shows, like every now and then, and like, I don't know, it's pretty cool because I don't think anyone else uses. Like a lot of my moves, I just come up with myself. So, like the Jungle Juice finisher, that's mine. Nobody else uses that yet. Uh,
Now, see, that's another thing I want to ask. Like your signature move, like how hard is it to come up with a signature move? Because I'm sure like you're gonna see other people use a similar version of it. So like, how hard is it to come up with your own signature move?
Well, my thing is, I always like hate doing like overused moves, like the Canadian Destroyer. I mean, I just used that the other day, but like, I don't know, like certain like a lot of people have like a lot of finishers, so I try to be like unique, and like I don't want to go to a show where somebody else has my finisher, so it's like, oh, now I can't use that move. So the Jungle Juice move took like a long time, like kind of coming up with. Like first, I kind of like grab them, cross their arms, put them in like a neck breaker. Their arms would be like this. I have them, and I like hook their leg, give them like a face bump, and then eventually I'm like, wait, you know what? What if I just flip them right over my back and give them a DDT? And so I was like, all right, bam, Jungle Juice, and like I finally like just came up with that maybe like last year. And then I was at GTS one day and I had to work. I had to work someone where he was like too big to give him the Jungle Juice. So like, here, you know what? We'll do Jungle Juice on the rocks. I'm just gonna kick off the second rope back and forth with you, give you the DDT. And so now it's like, yeah. I mean, I definitely plan on hitting Jacob Fatu with Jungle Juice. I want to flip him right over and DDT him. That's my plan. I'm gonna destroy him.
There you go.
Yes.
So my dad goes says, "What about New Japan Wrestling? Hardcore for sure."
Yeah, I like doing like certain like hardcore things with like chairs and doors and tables and whatnot. Um, yeah, then there's also like deathmatch things. But yeah, New Japan would be like a really cool place. I know Montekia and Smiley like just got on there maybe like last month or 2 months ago. There was like a pop up New Japan show.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so I don't know. I gotta like send them stuff or something. I don't know. I haven't really like looked into them too much, but that would be like definitely a cool spot where I could kill it because I know like a lot of those guys can like really go the distance.
100%.
Yeah,
Now
that's
with
what. Yeah.
with it's okay, sorry. With GTS, how long have you been doing that? Because like I know that channel's been around for a long time. So how long have you personally been on GTS?
So I did it like 6 years ago. Um, yeah. So like, well, I was at I don't know. I think I was like somewhere maybe New York or Jersey or something, and I met this kid Jordan Oliver, and he was all like, "Oh, I'm not training and whatnot." So I'm like, "Here, bro, stay with me. Stay in my crib and shit with like my girl and my son. Like you can stay in the basement. I'm gonna take you to a different wrestling school like every day." And then like he brought up like Grimm's Toy Show, and I'm like, "All right, let's check it out." So 6 years ago, I did like a match with Jordan Oliver on there, and a couple other people were in it also, and that's got like 1.1 million views or something like that. And I really just started like working there again, not maybe a couple months back. I did a match where I tagged with Red Titus against Heath Slater and Grimm. And
Wow.
so like after that, yeah, I ended up wrestling Grimm again over at GTS. I wrestled him twice over there so far. So it was a lot of fun. I have a
No,
great time there. Yeah, wrestled Joe Janela over there, which is cool because I haven't worked him in like years also. You know, I used to work with him like a long time ago, the show called NWS. Yeah.
no, yeah, definitely. I remember when they announced Grim was coming to PPW, people were going crazy, like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to meet him." I think that was like the return show too. So people were going crazy. People were getting pictures. He was live on like Twitter and Instagram and stuff. People were like
Yeah.
going crazy. And then he came back like that following month, I think, to be like a referee for something. Crowd loved it. But on the topic of Jordan Oliver, I love that man. Sabrina can vouch for how much I
Yes.
love him. He came to
Yeah.
PPW
He's
like
good.
once or twice and hasn't came back. And he needs to come back.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
PPW, if you're watching, he needs to come back.
Yeah, right. He
yeah.
needs to come back.
He's an awesome dude. Yeah, he's recently won the JCW heavyweight title. So that's like really cool. Um, yeah, I definitely want to train with him again. We were talking. I'm always talking with him because I don't know. Yeah, I go back with him a lot. Like, we were talking a couple months ago, and he's like, "Yo, dude, remember that time like you wrestled me and you tagged me with Coco Beware?" And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about, dude?" He's like, he's like, "Dude, you wrestled you tagged with Coco Beware every word." I'm like, "I don't remember this at all, bro. I don't know what you're talking about." And then like the next time I saw him, he was like, "Look, bro, it just popped up on my memories from like 5 years ago." He's like, "Look, here's like pictures," and I'm like, "Oh shoot!" So I don't know. My memory's crazy at times. I'm starting to write stuff down. I'm trying to work on it. I don't know how the heck I didn't remember that.
I mean,
But
maybe you could make it all into a book one day, like everything that you've written down, like these like matches, and been like, you know what, this could be a match one day. Like Tarzan, this is what my matches were and what happened. You know, you never know what this could bring for you.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I mean, for GTS, I will tell you, you have someone that wants to come after you, one of your titles, because he told me this the other day. You have Mr. Flash Carter wanting to come for your title.
what a hardcore title.
Yeah, Flash Carter.
He's not hardcore though.
Ooh.
I
He's
don't
like
know.
less
I mean
hardcore than
I
Jungle
agree
Jim.
with you. I agree with you 100%. I'm just relaying the message.
I mean, like Flash Carter is kind of like Jungle Jim, but before puberty.
I mean you're not wrong.
Yeah, but
But
I'm sure we would tear it up. I mean, lately I've been eating a lot of pizza and kicking a lot of ass at GTS, and I've been like force feeding people pizza. I got the force feed it to Joey Janela and a lot of other people, so that's yeah. I would love to sit down and have some pizza with Flash Carter.
Maybe that'll happen one day. I don't know, but that you guys. I just recently started watching GTS just because I heard about it through like I saw you were on it, I saw he was on it, I saw like Duop was on it, because he owns it. But like, it's crazy the amount of views that this gets, and it's just you guys just in the backyard creating storylines, and it's like that is what I think of when I think of indie wrestling is like in the backyard, like just coming up with your own storylines and like yeah, like these like PPW, BPW, all is cool, but like that's like the core of it is how unique the background is. I guess I'm if that makes sense. I think I'm making sense.
Yeah, yeah, it is very unique. Yeah, they even did like a show at like a library venue not too long ago with like a lot of kids and stuff. So that's really cool. So like, like because it's in the backyard, people will be like, "Oh, that's like a backyard place," but it's pretty professional. A lot of professionals go over there, and yeah, I don't know, I have a great time with it. Everybody there's like really safe and whatnot. So yeah, it's not like a reckless thing. It's like very, very professional. Basically, it's basically like an independent promotion. I mean, especially with like all like the views and the recognition that it has, whatever. Yeah, it's a great place.
For
Yeah,
sure.
definitely. So was there ever like a place that you wrestled at and you were like, it could be the venue, the fans, anything, but was there anything that like specifically stood out to you and you were like, I want to come back here and wrestle here again one day? Like any company, it doesn't matter.
Um, I'm trying to remember. I think it was like Southside, Southside Pacific Wrestling or something. Southside Pro Wrestling in Virginia. But we wrestled on a battleship, which was like really cool. It was like an active battleship that got like deployed a month later, and yeah, we worked for like all of like the Navy people and whatnot. And one of the wrestlers was like a part of that ship, so I guess maybe he helped like organize it or something. And yeah, yeah, I remember like they were all talking about like the ground had all these like ripples in it, and they did a football game on there before people got tackled and their skins got all like ripped up from the ground. So like, all right, bet. So I'm wrestling with no shirt on. So I could have a guy like throw me over the ropes and like do stuff on the ground, and they were like freaking out. So it was like really awesome, and so it was cool. They do like a lot for the country, so it was like cool like working the show just for them. So that was like pretty awesome. Oh my god, sorry about
So, Serena, you got anything?
Because you started saying so, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. So like, when you come out and you see like the reaction of these fans, like going, oh my gosh, like, doesn't it warm? Like, it's gotta warm your heart with people saying like your name and chanting it. So like, how does it feel when people are going Tarzan, Tarzan, Tarzan? Does it hype you up? Does it make you feel warm inside? Does it do a little bit of both?
that. Interesting question. I mean, lately I've been, I don't know. It's easier to make people hate me than like me. So like certain places I'm over and people be chanting Tarzan and stuff, and that's awesome. But like I don't know, I'm kind of liking when people boo me because I don't know, I can control that a lot better and whatnot. Like it's weird, like going to certain places as like a good guy, and then say you wrestle a bad guy who's over, and so the crowd's cheering for them and not you. So you know what I mean? Because like that guy's already over. So it's like, why am I even a face? Because he wants to be a heel, but he's over. I might as well just work heel, and like I'm getting booed anyway. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. So I like getting booed. It's pretty cool.
I would love to see you as a heel, just to see like your like few smack talk with the fans, because like so many of the heels come out and like they come to the fans and like a fan's like Vinnie Mac, for example. Someone will hold up a poster that says "You suck," and he goes over and he rips it right out. And he goes, "I don't suck." Like, da, da, da. So like I would love to just see like that side of you, since I've only seen the face. So you need to come back to either PPW somewhere as a heel.
That would be pretty cool. But I'm also out in Lancaster at Three Legacy Wrestling as a heel, and I'm killing it out there right now. I just got to beat the living hell out of Paul London last month, so that was pretty neat. And Ricardo Rodriguez was my tag partner, and I was watching him too. You know what I mean? I don't trust nobody over there, but I was ready to turn on him in a split second. But yeah, so I'm definitely a bad guy over there. I be doing some bad guy stuff.
I mean, oh yeah, of course, and like in this industry though, it's like so crazy because like I mean, we're learning it now. Is like you have to be careful with like who you surround yourself with, especially in this industry of like who you're hanging out with after the shows. So like, do you find yourself like sticking to yourself more when you go to these shows, or like do you do as much mingling as possible?
I mean, I usually always try to like help out, and yeah, I got like certain people that I vibe with, like Too Cold Scorpio. Like he's fucking. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's a really cool dude. I could like vibe with him very well. Like Jacob Batu, I vibe with him very well. So there's like certain people, but I always try to like stay and like help out, unless I got like really like crazy long drive. So yeah, I don't know. Certain people I vibe with pretty well.
Now, what's the furthest that you've driven for a show?
Maybe like Florida or Michigan, Indiana. Yeah, I mean, like I fly. Like I fly. Like I was just in Cali last week, and wrestle like reality wrestling in Texas. The
You
flying
should
is
just
way
try. You
better.
should try to hit all 50 states. Just try to hit all the 50 states.
I don't even think that's possible. I don't know. I think just like some states. No offense to those states, but I think they just like suck so much that there's just like nothing there at certain places. I mean, that's what I hear from certain people is where they're like, "Yeah, nah, I just wrestle in Nevada and Cali because my state sucks and there's like nothing there." And I'm like, okay. So yeah, but I want to wrestle at certain places. I like it up north. Up north is cool. Texas is awesome. Florida, Cali. I'm wrestling like all the places that I really like right now. I might try to work Hawaii soon. That could be like really cool.
I could
So
see you in Hawaii, especially with your character. I could see like the whole like. I could just see
If
it.
it's
I could
free,
see it.
right?
Like,
Oh my god, the promos I could cut over there. Yeah. Oh, that'd be beautiful.
I could see him on MLW, Harley. You know what I mean?
you
Because
already know.
that's
We'll
like
see.
that's a higher.
We'll
I
see.
saw you. I think I saw you at one of the shows. One of the. Well, did you ever go to MLW shows like just as a guest? Because I think I seen you.
Yeah. No, I'm there all the time. So at times I'd be wearing masks over there. So I got to work the Battle Riot, and I got to do a little spot with like Matt Cross under a mask, which is like really cool. And yeah, so yeah, I definitely mess with those guys. Like they're really cool at Major League Wrestling. So I'm there at like all their events right now,
For sure.
doing certain things. I would like to say more. I can't say like certain things, but yeah.
Darn, we thought we were gonna get something out of you here, Tarzan. Come on,
I know.
trying to trip you up. That's what we're trying to
Yeah. No, that's it.
do.
But oh, like one spot that like came back recently is XPW. I don't know if you guys know about XPW at all. You heard of it? So it used to be in competition with ECW. It was like extreme, like hardcore. And now they like came back, and it's like mostly all death matches. I mean, they just had like Enzo versus like Juventud Guerrero, um, Guerrero also, and so like they didn't do like a death match, but I got to work a match with them called well, it was in Rochester, New York. It was a Theater of Brutality. It was a no ring death match. So I got to do Theater of Brutality 3. I'm also going to go back and do Theater of Brutality 4, and I don't know, possibly some more of their shows. So they're like a really fun spot. Definitely a cool spot to like check out. I mean, yeah, if you're like interested on like the deathmatch wrestling, like them and like POR wrestling is definitely like interesting spot to look at.
For the amount of violence in his matches that he's been saying tonight, like I want to see him in a violent match now so bad.
Check out Theater of Brutality 3. You can look it right up on YouTube. I'm the very first match in it. And I do interesting stuff when I do death matches. I basically come out with this instrument called a blunt, and I kind of have a couple of those. I just light it up during my whole entire match, and I smoke as I bleed and make people bleed and do certain things. You know what Goldust does with the Shattered Dreams? You know that move? Yeah, so I do that with light tubes. In GTS, I do it with a stick or a chair or whatever I have my hands on. Well, I'm coming from the nuts. Yeah. No, but yeah, that's a fun move. So I do like a lot of hot drivers on top of chairs. I break a lot of chairs with people's heads, and I'm cool with it. I mean, that's what I do. Yeah.
That should be like a slogan on a shirt. I break a lot of chairs with people's heads, and I'm cool with it. Like, I would wear that shirt 100%.
Right? I like it. I like it. I do have new shirts coming out very, very soon. Probably in I'll probably have them in like the next week. Also getting new stickers. I'll get like a little Pokemon card thing. That's like really cool. I'm all like bloody on it.
So if people want to buy your merch, where can they buy it at?
Right now, I have all my merch. I mean, I don't know. I probably have things on like certain websites, but I don't really like check that type of stuff. Best way to get any merch is just hit me up directly. And yeah. So I'm actually going to make a post about that probably within like the next week with like all like the t-shirts and new stickers and just all the different new stuff. So, I'm gonna get joint papers. I'm getting joint papers with I'm sorry, I don't know. Completely legal joint papers for tobacco that's going to have Tarzanian Devil on it. But like Juventud asked me for like some joint papers the other day, and I had to like ask another wrestler. I gave him like the whole pack. But like, imagine if I would have gave him some joint papers with my face on it, the Tarzanian Devil and whatnot, dude. If I had this for so long, and he'd be like, "Yeah, look, this is the guy that gave it to me right here. So I want to work with this guy, you know." So
sorry, that just cracked me up for some reason, and like I don't know why, but like, cause I'm visioning someone just smoking with freaking Tarzan's face on it.
that'd be awesome. It's gonna happen.
I mean, you heard it here, guys. He says it's gonna happen. We don't know when, but you heard it here first.
It's gonna happen. It's on the list of things that I'm getting done. Yes.
So, other than tomorrow's show, what other shows do you have coming up?
Well, I'm doing like a recording for GTS tomorrow, which should be cool. And yeah, I'm doing that show tomorrow. So next week, obviously, I have some stuff written down. Yeah, so I'm doing Short Star Wrestling, and I think it's like Grand Rio, New Jersey, on February 25th. I'm wrestling Jay the Key Evans for his No Limit Championship title, and he's also on GTS. He's like somebody I don't think I ever wrestled before, but I think we're gonna have like a really interesting match. He seems like a pretty strong kid, and so we'll see. We'll see if he can go to limit. I'm also going to be working XPW in Rochester, the Theater of Brutality 4 on March 3rd. I got like other like certain things that I'm doing. Working with Oasis Pro for April 15th, which we got some like nice plans for that. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, that's like the main things I'm doing right now. Of course, like every like Major League Wrestling show, I'm always there. So I'm always open for them. And I'm always chilling on GCW shows as well. So yeah, I worked like a few GCW shows. So yeah.
Well, there you guys go. If you want to see Tarzan, where could they find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram as Tarzanian_devil. Same with Twitter. I'm pretty sure it's the same name. And find me under my real name as Randy Christie on Facebook. You can also find me on Spotify and iTunes and iHeartRadio and all those other different musical apps that I don't really bother to remember because I don't use. But I'm on like a bunch of different things under my real name, Randy Christie. I got like 16 songs up, so that's basically an album right there. And out of like 100 something songs, because I just keep writing. So yeah, I do music too, and magic tricks. I juggle. I play guitar while I ride a bike. Um, yeah, sometimes I do it while driving. I do it while on a horse, which is really cool. I can't wait to go back to Louisiana. I'm gonna do like a whole song on the horse, make like a really cool video with like good quality with that. So it's gonna be like a lot of fun. Um, I do weird things. I don't know. I'm a strange dude, but that's why I'm like Tarzan. So
I mean, definitely the Tarzan qualities are definitely showing over here because, like, I'm like sitting here going, he's just doing so much, like.
Throwing different stuff at us.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I just do entertaining things. Like, I don't know. I live a fortunate life to where I can do these things. And I'm good at things. So it's pretty neat. I had fun. Life, like wrestling, it's all about having fun. And I've been having a lot of fun the past few years. Things are really cool.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So just want to say thank you so much for coming on. And if you guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you're in the area tomorrow, if you can't make it out to Hamburg, Pennsylvania, make sure you're going out and supporting Tarzan and his crazy Tarzanian devil acts. And yeah.
Yeah. What she said. Oh, wait, hold up. Oh, yeah. There we go.
There you go, guys.
That's a great way to end the podcast today.
Awesome talking to you.